Now, children, I hope we have time for just one quick old Brer Bear story, an old Brer Rabbit from Uncle Remus. Now, one morning, Brer Rabbit had been off to town selling watermelons, and his pockets was just crammed full with money. On the road home, it just so happened that he meets Brer Bear. "Howdy do, Brer Bear," he sing out. He feels so gay that he prance right up and shake hands. "How's Mrs. Bear? How's you two chillins, Cubs and Clibs?" "They's pretty well, Brer Rabbit." "How's Mrs. Rabbit and your 47 little rabbits?" "Those little chillins, oh fine, all fine." Now Brer Rabbit feels just in the mood for cutting up, and he noticed that Brer Bear looked sort of dopey, so he began dancing around, and of course the money starts shaking in his and jingling in his pockets. Brer Bear, he cocked his ears. If I ain't mighty much mistaken, Brer Rabbit, I hear the jingling of money." Brer Rabbit started grinning and holds his head up. "'Tain't nothing much, just a bit of small change." But Daddy reached in his pockets and he brought out a whole paw full of silver quarters, all shiny and spanking brand new. Brer Bear's big mouth had just dropped wide open. Laws, a massive Brer Rabbit. Brer Rabbit put the money back in his pocket and he says, "Oh, Brer Bear, that's easy to get. Don't you know that getting money's easy to get if you just go to the money place?" "What do you mean to the money place? What do you mean to the money place?" "Well, where do they make it? But where do they make it?" "Well, sometimes they make it one place and sometimes they make it another. You got to be sharp, Brer Bear. You got to look sharp like I does." "Well, I'll keep sharp. Just tell me. He begged and he begged. And finally Brer Rabbit say, "Now, supposing I do tell you. Supposing I tell you the place. How do I know you ain't going to blab it all around the whole neighborhood? Then everybody going to be grabbing all the money and we won't get none at all." Now, Brer Rabbit sit down real close to Brer Bear like he's telling him the most secret in the world. And he say, "Now, all you got to do, Brer Bear, is to watch. And when you see a behind and a before wagon coming, which means is that you got to have the right kind of wagon. It's got to have 2 front wheels and 2 behind wheels. Furthermore, you got to have the 2 front wheels lower than the 2 behind wheels. Now, your common sense tells you that if the 2 front wheels is lower than the 2 behind wheels, pretty soon the behind wheels is going to catch up with the front wheels. And once they start scratching into each other, what's going to happen, Brer Bear? What's going to happen now? They're going to grind, ain't they? Sure they is. They're going to grind. And then the money's going to start dropping fast. Now, the thing you got to do, Brer Bear, is decide, do you want it when it's fresh and new, or do you want it when it's old and dusty? If you want it when it's fresh and new, you got to follow that wagon. By golly, you's lucky, Brer Bear, because here comes one right now. Yeah, it's the right kind. It's got the front wheels and the big back behind wheels. Boy, you are one lucky bear. Now, Brer Bear was a-staring at the wagon with his eyes shining like stars, and he was shaking all over, and up he scrambles, and away he races, clippity, after that wagon, lumbering along, and old Brer Rabbit is trying so hard to keep from laughing, and pretty soon he yells at him, "I'll drop by and tell Mrs. Bear how about all the money she's going to have." And then he lays down and he starts just kicking up his heels, and he hee-haws and he laughs,